What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin today. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, all right? It is the 7th day of June here. Here we are at about $105.5 thousand with 10 hours and 45 minutes left in the day. And this is exactly the kind of price action you want to see if you want to validate this as a low, as a bottom over here, and also potentially as a fake out, breakout of your slanted head and shoulders pattern here, right? And whenever I say slanted head and shoulders, I mean you've got like a left shoulder here, a head, and you've got the right shoulder here as well, and it's clearly it is slanted. You know what I mean? So you've broken down, and now you've actually broken back into this pattern. If we look at this low and we take it like that, you've broken back into this pattern. That doesn't mean you're absolved of going lower, but likely what it means is that if you take the measure move of this pattern, that the statistical probability that you go down here is very unlikely, okay, at this point. It's not saying that you can't go lower than this low, maybe you do, but the breakout performance, the measure move performance is going to be greatly diminished now because of this interaction that we're having. So even if we go lower, this is a good thing to see. This is a really good thing to see. I mean, it's possible we can go down here. It's possible we could go lower. And we can make sense out of that too. You know, let's get rid of the white line here, but we'll keep the measure move up there just for references. If we're looking at this from a low to a high, you know, the 382 is right here. It's very common when interacting with the 382 to find support just below it, and hey, our measure move is right there just below it. Where this measure move takes you is right at prior areas of support and resistance and support for 28 days. We moved sideways here, you know, right there. There's a lot of reasons to find resistance or support down there, and even go down there to validate support at about 93.5K. But again, with this idea that the breakout performance will be diminished now, if not even completely absent. I mean, at this point in time, guys, it's completely possible and important to address that lower lows than this low here might be off the table. They might be off the table. It depends. It depends. You know, it is the weekend. There's not a lot of volume. Weekends, typically, the rule of thumb is if you move up over the weekend, you'll move back down over the week. You know what I mean? So I'm not too ecstatic right now. We are at prior areas of resistance even right here, right? We found resistance right here, resistance right there, resistance back here. I'm not too ecstatic, especially with the lack of volume. But what I am ecstatic about is at least I think we're absolved of this. Now, if we're to miss this target, if we're to fall short of it, where's the next area to stop at? Probably 95.8K. Again, I did say that it's very common with the 382 to wick just below it and then close above that, so keep that in mind. But with strong endeavors like this, it is more typical to actually bounce right off that 382 and sometimes even just above it. So very possible that we do find support in this area of resistance here from this prior consolidation phase, which is also, I mean, in all fairness, it's pretty damn close to this prior area of support as well. You know, like right there. So I mean, it's perfect. 95.5 thousand, 96,000, somewhere in there. I think is very much a lively target, a lively possibility. Doesn't mean that we have to go down there, but it's something to consider. Hold on. There we go. Someone said that off topic, but who else thinks that whenever he mutes his mic that he's farting? I'm normally I'm clearing my throat out. Sometimes I take advantage of it though for other purposes, of course. I'm only human. Okay, here we are at $105.5 thousand right now. But no, most of the time that I mute that, if I ever go, hold on, I'm like clearing out my throat. I just don't want you guys to hear me go. You know what I mean? So, anyways, $105.5 thousand right now. Looking at the daily RSI, you know, you do have higher lows overall, and you did break out of this uptrend here with these higher lows, right? You had a low here, higher low there. You broke out of it, but now you're back into it. I don't know what to think of this thing, man. I mean, it's very possible that the Bitcoin had the world convinced, including me, that we were going to go down. I know that I'm on the more bullish end of the spectrum because a lot of people, when they're talking about going down, they're talking about 91K. They're talking about the golden ratio below 90K. Talking about these areas back here for resistance that we never retested, and we don't have to retest that. No, that's not how it works at all. You know, a lot of people are more bearish to levels that are around 90K, if not lower than 90K. I'm just bearish down to about 96K. But wouldn't it be funny if this was the move that made everybody think that it was going to go down, and then as soon as it gets people to think that, it goes up? And maybe not everybody. Maybe it's just me, and I'm saying everybody to cope with my own ego. But I do believe that this was rather convincing here, especially because it went lower, a little bit lower than we were expecting it to go, that this target would come online. And then also, just going this low below the 236, closing a day right below the 236 like that, it's pretty condemning most of the time to the 382. So the fact that we have this little reversal over the past 2 days, it's nice to see. It's very convincing that this could have just been a fake out. And fake outs tend to get eaten up in the opposite direction that they're breaking out from. So, because think about it, you're trying to break out. You don't have enough mustard in the tank to let loose that breakout. So then what happens is the bulls take over, and then the bears tried. This was them trying in full force, and now the bulls are trying. The bears are expended. We're going to go to new all-time highs. It's very, very possible. But again, still, to make it clear, I do believe we're going down. I haven't seen enough yet to be convinced that we're doing anything but going down. But this is rather compelling. This is definitely compelling, enough to make you wonder, right? If we're looking at this on the 1 hour time frame, hold on. If we're looking at this on the 1 hour time frame, the 1 hour RSI does look to be in a bit of trouble here. Yes, you have a high, higher high, and another higher high matched with a high, a lower high, and a lower high, rejecting the overbought zone. I mean, this you even got into it, but that was in and then out. That's a rejection. That's a rejection. This looks like it's going to be another rejection. And to be fair, with both of these rejections, and you're still finding support here, not even touching the 50, there's bullish things and bearish things going on. But right now it seems like the bears might be in control. These moves up are happening without volume. I'm not buying into it, man. You have prior areas of resistance. I think you're going to move down from here. So 4 hour time frame, you're right in an area that you'd expect to find resistance. 1 hour time frame, we are as well. It wouldn't surprise me if within the next 10 hours we started to pull back a little bit, and if tomorrow, Sunday, was a red day as well. I would actually, maybe today's a green day, but tomorrow will be a red day. I bet we close tomorrow closer to Friday's close than we are now. That would be my expectation, yeah. And then if we do that, we're in a prime setup to continue going lower. Maybe not as low as the measure move would predict of this pattern, but still something that would take us lower. I would consider 95.8K to be the target that we go to, somewhere right around there. And then, maybe that happens early next week, and then we spend the rest of the week recovering. I would expect that a week from now, we're probably going to be right back at this exact same price. And then the following week, then we'll start to see some life. Then we'll start to move up higher. The 16th and on, that's when Bitcoin's going to be looking to take new all-time highs. And that's really all I got to say. So if you guys like the video, hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.